32 months.
Yeah, but we can always build more killbots.
Team King Tristan! How you doing, man? Welcome! Hello, happy Monday. I have a voice again. Check me out with a voice. I have a voice. I have a voice. Save your voice. A voice to tell. Oh, that's what I should do. That's what I should do. It's only recent, only the last few years that I've had sore throats and stuff. Like I coached tennis for 10 years, and that was all shouting all day, every day. Do this, do that. Give me 10 press-ups. You failed that. So yeah, that's all gone out of practice. I stream all the time. So yeah. Anyway, I did used to have elderflower cordial quite a lot when I was coaching. That was supposed to help. So I think I probably just need to be more aware of it. I'm not very. Oh dear, that can't. It's a good job the camera wasn't on because you can't see that. I'm sorry, I do get very, very silly with those sort of things. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see this. You can't see this. I've got secret things. Check me out with my secret thing.
Clothes, your boots,
yeah, that was just accidental. I do, however, have Astrath the Grim to bring out. We're going to have a look at Astrath the Grim because I did get sent him, which is cool. Let's get the camera on. Sextus, hello. And a Peter, there's a new video up. All about techniques, which I know you won't need to watch because you know all about techniques, but it's quite cool. Right. There's some little conversations in there. Get this man some honey lemon tea. Oh, Timkin Tristan, get me honey lemon tea. We'll check it out. Thank you, dude. How are things? I'm all right, thank you, Sextus. How are you? More importantly, how are you? How are you?
Moron.
Hope you're
I think
all
I have
awesome, man. Right, so I need to. I've got so much. These need to go somewhere. I need to put these somewhere. They need to go somewhere.
Great.
That needs to go somewhere.
Focus!
And then we need to do Lelith as well. I know, we're still setting up. Great, now I turn my camera on by spoon is in my head. Tripping through the move. Nothing special is to fix my bed before I pull the trigger. Are you moving house? How did I not know that, Sextus? Are you moving house or are you moving something else? Let's get that out of the way. So I did get my moving house. Nice one, dude. I did get my Necromancer to level 20 over the weekend, so that also means that I feel that I can give some feedback on it as well. So I am going to do a feedback video. It's going to be. I'm going to try. I don't know. Everybody seemed to like the last rogue video I did, where I just went through everything. So I might do that, or I might do a top 5 favourite things, top 5 changes sort of thing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure which direction to go with that. But we will address that when we get there. In fact, Peter, what do you think? Do you think I should do a top 5, or do you think I should just go through all the abilities and go, I like this, I don't like this, etc., etc. But spoilers: the Necromancer's as good as the Necromancer is as good as a rogue. It's as good as the rogue, and I think the Dire Lord is getting there as well. I think the Dire Lord is pretty damn cool as well. Got about third done, big parts left. Nice, dude! I'm excited. That's so good. That's so cool. I'm excited. Oh dear, I can already. So I had a sore throat over the weekend. I think I got a bug from the tournament that I ran. Hopefully you've all watched my tournament video. Important. I think I got a bug from that. So I've been very kind of squiffly and squirrely for the last few days. And I'm feeling loads better today, but I can still kind of just sort of feel...
Alice? Who the fuck is Alice?
I can still feel it sort of trying to kind of restrict me and make me cough. But it's not bad. However, we do have to have a look at this though.
Oh look, a miracle Christopher has appeared. And he forgot the music yet again.
I've only just, Purples, sorted out a battery in the camera. And then I've only just again sorted out the focus in the camera. So give me a second. Large public event nowadays. I know. I honestly, I need to be fitter. I think that's what it is. I used to be really fit. Obviously playing tennis all the time and going around doing photo shoots all the time. So I just need to be fitter, and then I can just like batter away all these things. Very second edition. Yeah, I really like this one. I really like this sculpt. This sculpt is really cool. I don't know where Les Martin is. I've got Les Martin as well. But I can't see where he's gone. And then I've also got secret boxes which I can't show you. But you will see the secret boxes because I've been painting the secret boxes stuff. Les Martin's his ball gag. Yes, his ball gag. Astrath is gorgeous. Astrath is really nice. That's why I wear masks at events. The move is really squeezing me though. New job move. Nice! I didn't know you got a new job. Nice one, dude. And I've got 5,500 points of Blood Angels to rebase. Yes! Well, the Blood Angels sounds really cool, actually. That's really interesting. And rebasing them sounds like... Once you put a little bit of effort into that, that'll be a really nice army to... I know you've only just got them. Be a nice army to kind of swap on again, sort of thing. I think that'll be really good. Everybody loves Blood Angels all the time. So, yes, I'm in such a quandary because I don't know how to build him. I really don't know how to build him. I don't know what to do with Marines at the moment because I really like that. I think that looks cool. So we might have to do something along that lines for everything and then make everything fit in. I mean, this will fit in. Yeah. It's an interesting one. They're always different from my sisters. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, with Saxus, that was a really cool swap when I read you had done that. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at the sprue because I need music before Twitch Lady shouts at me again. Twitch Lady, you're going to need to talk a lot today because my voice is gruff. Let's say gruff. Gruff will do. Oh dear. Oh. Is it? Oh, there it is. I was going to say it doesn't even want to start. There we go. There is a new Pantheon video out today, if anybody is interested. It makes it look very complicated.
Your voice is fine, Christopher. You should have heard Jan this past weekend, winking face.
Oh no, was he really bad? Has he got a gruff voice? Has he got genuine gruff? Has he gone genuine gruff? Hit us with the link. If you do !Pantheon, it will take you to the page. It was really bad. Oh no, that makes me feel really bad for not streaming now. I say this every single time I do the review videos, but fuck me, is the detail good? And look at the skulls. Look at the skulls. Oh my word! Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it? It's really nice. I think I'll remove. So if I remove the blood drop on his forehead, remove the blood drop on his belt, and put a skull there. I really like the axe as well. I think the axe looks really good. The half pauldron was a bit of a surprise, but once glued, there's not a single steam. Yeah, no. So the half pauldron, they've actually done it really well, where the seam is hidden behind the depth of the skulls.
Don't you dare remove blood drops, you tourist.
But I need to sort out my chapter. And my chapter is such a pain. My chapter hasn't got any identity, and I need to figure out an identity for it and how they look. And I do quite like that. I think that does look really good. I need to get some arms. I need to put the arms on. Have I got arms here? In fact, everything here is now able to be shown, so I should be okay. No, I haven't got the arms here. Okay. You removed the wings. Yeah, it was just so this was just a test. Do you know about the Marine Army Mohawk? No, I know nothing about the Marine Army Mohawk is working on. Mohawk is marine painting, like conveyor belt. Smashes out Marine armies. Hey Jem, how you doing? Peter. Yeah, I hope the video goes down well actually, Peter. Tried to keep it as short as I could, but there's a lot to talk about. I only do the first level of techniques, but I think I structured it really well. I think I kind of talked about it really well, so we'll see what people think. The Sons of Sicarius. Okay, you could do tube thingies from the skull to the corners of the chest, like the old armor marks. Up or down? Like, I'm not too worried about the chest. The chest is fine, because I want the chest to all be different. So some of them will be blank with rivets all the way around them. Some of them will just have a skull. Some of them will have the full Imperialis and stuff. But it just... Yeah. Quite disappointed that I didn't get the Sanguinary Guard. I'm going to have to pick up the Sanguinary Guard because I do like that's one of the range of models which I do like. I really like the new Sanguinary Guard. Well, not really like. I like the new Sanguinary Guard. Love the skull pauldron. Yeah. The skull shoulder pad is awesome, and that one's really awesome as well. I think I could probably just remove that and fill it. Yeah, it's one of those things that if you try and do like fur and I don't know. Like, I don't know which of my sort of fantasy interests or sci-fi interests I want to put into the Space Marines, because I could go assassins and just turn them all into assassins, give them all cloaks, give them all hoods or whatever, and just turn them into like Raven Guard successor chapter that's really weird and freaky and odd. Or you could go Vikings and do like Space Wolves, so you do like beards and fur and things, but then you don't get too many of these helmets because you've got to sculpt the beards on, and then that's where that's where my friend from Internet. Hey, how you doing, Taria? It would be kind of Dark Angels-y. Yes, it would be kind of Dark Angels-y, but it would be kind of Dark Angels-y. But then if you do like the fur, then it ends up being Space Wolfy. But I want to do, like, if it's my own chapter, I want to do Astarath the Grim in that same style. So it's all like a big quandary of what I want my Space Marine army to actually look like. I definitely want more of those helmets though. I think they look amazing. Taria, how are you? Thank you very, very much. Thank you for the hugs. I need those at the moment. Need on the chapter theme. Yeah, totally. So I don't know which direction to go, honestly. I think it would be really good to have a style. I don't know whether I've just fallen out of love with the Dark Pharaon idea. Because ultimately I don't think the look was strong enough with the little wisps. I don't think that was a strong enough kind of vibe, and it didn't give you conversion fodder. Like, you just got a Space Marine and you just added wisp to it and that was it. So yeah, Nighthawk Death, Soulblight Death, yeah. I don't know. Like, I think I want to sculpt. I think I want to, right, rather than kit bash, I think I want to sculpt stuff on to make them even more unique. But I think the other thing is that maybe I should just do like a couple of vignettes. So maybe I should do the Space Wolf with the bare arms and the two axes, and then sculpt his beard and everything on, and have him walking through the snow, and do that as a little bit of a vignette. Or even do it as like a mock Golden Demon thing, and then do one of these as a vignette, and just do this guy just pull out. So maybe if I do three different ideas and see which one I like, maybe I could do something like that. You love my sculpty work? Well, hopefully I'm going to do some more. That's sort of the hope. What am I working on here? Nothing at the moment. We're just kind of chit-chattering away. If they're going to be Pharaons, do they need some Egyptian-y thingy? Yeah, and that's the other thing as well, you see. If you call them Dark Pharaons, they kind of have to have some sort of Egyptian thing going on. I just like the name Dark Pharaons. I thought the name was cool. Raven Guard. So I like Raven Guard in kind of theory. Their rules are shit though, and they don't really have. You can't really transfer the idea of Raven Guard over to a Space Marine army. It doesn't work because you just end up with. I mean, the ultimate thing in 8th edition was Raven Guard ended up with all the Centurions, which aren't like Raven-y at all. They aren't sneaky at all. But the rules just allowed them to appear halfway up the battlefield. So I think ultimately what I want to do is I want to create. I still want to do the Intercessor Tactical Squad, which I will do with a little bit less conversion work. I think I'll just kit bash the Intercessor Tactical Squad for the YouTube video, because I think that will still be quite good. But I think I will do 3 vignettes. I think I'll do one in this sort of style, one with fur, and then another one. It's so annoying though. It's like, what do you do with Space Marines to give them flavour? And annoyingly, Games Workshop's already done it. They've done vampire Space Marines. They've done Viking Space Marines. They've done manga. Not manga. God. Oh God, what's it called? the White Scars. They've done those Space Marines. So Manga Marines. Yeah, not Manga Marines. Mango Space Marines. No. Oh dear. I can't think of the region for space for Mongolian. There we go. It's not Mongolian. There we go. Mongolian for the White Scars. So yeah. I think I'll do some vignettes. But anyway, Games Workshop sent me Astrath, so we can have a look at Astrath. I'm not going to build him because, like I say, I'm not entirely sure what we... Oh my god, he's really cool. I mean, this is... What would be really, really cool would be to take these wings and put them on Dante and see what that would look like, wouldn't it? That's kind of what we need. Thoughts on an Aztec style? Aztec's okay, but it's not really my thing. So you could do an Aztec style. Yeah, the Aztec thing. That's the one thing I'm trying to kind of tap into is one of my interests, and also because I'm trying to sort of find what my interests are, and I like the assassins and rogues and things. I like Vikings, I like pirates. Whether you could do like not a pirate Space Marine army in background lore theme, but in look maybe. Frogheads, the new slan, have arrived. Yeah, you see, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be putting frogheads on my Space Marines or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know which way to take it. But ultimately, because it's a custom chapter, you want to be able to bring in all the special characters and everything from other chapters, so that you can use your personal chapter as like Blood Angels, or use your personal chapter as Dark Angel, things like that. Nice! Need to paint a team. Jem, what you could do is I could paint a team for you if you wanted. But yeah, awesome, man. Where is it? What team are you thinking? You're no fun. I know, I'm not fun. Like the Ratlings, not interested. Not interested. The Ratlings come out, meh. I like the Orcs. The Orcs are actually quite cool. I'm quite interested by the Orcs. The Ratlings are brilliant. Meh. See, that's where my interests lie. Ratlings, not interested. Hobbits, not really interested. Elves, yes. Vikings, yes. I love this. It's just like,
oh, shut up, Christopher. You're wrong. Genuine lol.
I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. Ratlings, cool orcs, and a cute dog. Cute dog, like meh. Games Workshop really trying to draw me into Kill Team. Purpley's just jealous.
Purpley is just jealous.
Aww, what's Purpley jealous of? So yeah, I do like the orcs, and if those orcs turn up and we can do a review on those orcs, we'll obviously have the old orc kill team as well, the boarding party which I've got. So I've got the boarding actions, the boarding party orcs as well, so I can add those into the kill team orcs. I've got a couple of the orc things up there as well. So there's those, but yeah, do you kind of understand what I'm talking about with the Space Marines? Like, I'm trying to find... Space Marines are so annoying as well.
Purpley wants a reason to play all the things too.
You're a bit disappointed with the orcs. Oh, they'll replace the commandos in Kill Team, yes. However, 2 bomb squids. Oh, I quite like the orcs. I quite like them. I think they need to do a bit more of that sort of stuff for the orcs, and honestly, a bit more of this sort of stuff for 40k in general. I think 40k is getting left behind a little bit. I think it's getting left behind a little bit. The Eldar are sort of the exception. I kind of want to say they're sort of the exception, because the Eldar... It's really weird to try and explain this. The Eldar, I feel... They're not like reinventing anything with the Eldar when they knew... So if if we get new swooping hawks, which, I mean, why wouldn't we? If we get new swooping hawks, we know they're just going to be plastic sculpts of the old swooping hawks. Like, they're not going to reinvent them, they're not going to add anything to them, and they're going to look amazing, because Eldar just look amazing. However, Orcs, Imperial Guard, Kroot, and everything like that have started to get a little bit more flavour and character in their models, with some of their resculpts, like the Tempestus Aquilons. If you've all watched and if you haven't, then why haven't you? If you've all watched my Tempestus Aquilons Kill Team review, I just went nuts over them because they're awesome, and they just seem to have character in them that other models, I haven't got a basic Space Marine, that other models don't have in 40k anymore. So yeah, they need to, I think things like that Orc Kill Team needs to happen more in 40k. And if that is, and that's going to be the topic of that video which I'm going to do about the Intercessor Tactical Squad, if that means that WYSIWYG isn't really going to be a thing at some point, I'm alright with that, because we're going to have like a unit of Orcs here, and you can see that they've got massive weapons, so they're going to have like mega weapons or something, but it doesn't matter what the weapon looks like, it just counts as a mega weapon. It's a mega weapon. Then that's cool. And then you've got commandos over here that are all sneaky, and they've got some character and they look all sneaky, and they've got like little daggers and poison weird mech pistols. Then that's cool over there. And then you've got the mega armored knobs, which have got all like random weapons that they've put together again. I think that sort of works. But just having resculpts in the way that Eldar can, I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on why Eldar can get away with it. I think it's probably just because the sculpts are so good, and like the lore and the style of the Eldar is so good that they can just kind of get away with it. But everything else, like the Vespid were quite cool. I quite like the Vespid. They were sort of alright. I can see why everybody else would like him, which is probably the most important thing. So yeah, long term that new Orc team probably won't be usable in 40k, since it's like one boy of every unit type. No, but that's the thing. Target. That's so you're going to have that in an Orc army. If you have that unit in an Orc army, that is going to be a say it replaces the Orc boys. There you go. It's going to replace the Orc boys because it's chargy, inny, killy, shooty, blowy, uppy. It's that sort of. Just saw a Wild Armies on Parade board from Bleep. What the hell is Bleep Bloop? Every unit a different paint scheme. Yeah, you're a Vespid sicko. Nice. So yeah, those Orcs. I think 40k just has to kind of 40k just sort of needs to go, embarrassingly, the AOS route and say this is a unit. This is what their rules are. Represent them how you like. You wish more things were allowed into Kill Team? I kind of don't. I'm alright with Kill Team being that kind of thing. I think that's alright. Because yeah, I think Kill Team's kind of pitched the wrong way. I think Kill Team they're trying to say that Kill Team is like a mini 40k, and it's like your route into 40k, and I don't think it should be. Boarding actions should be your route into 40k, and then Kill Team can be off on its own, being its own war cry thing. Like, Kill Team needs its own logo that just says Kill Team. Not 40k Kill Team, just Kill Team. It's just Kill Team. And then the same as Warcry, it can do its own thing. Here are the units that you can use. I mean, I hate the fact that they went, here in Warcry, you can't use these models, you can't use this range anymore. But I kind of know why they did it, or kind of see why they did it. However, I think they need to do that with Kill Team and say, here are all the kill teams you want to do. This is its own game. This is how you play Kill Team. By the way, if you want to get into 40k, here's boarding actions. Boarding actions fucking brilliant, and they've not touched it. They've not said a bloody thing about it, and it annoys me because Kill Team is your boarding actions is your way into 40k. Yeah, I suppose Combat Patrol, but then Combat Patrol being unbalanced is community kind of shouting. Like, if nobody wants to play Combat Patrol in exactly the same way that nobody wants to play Spearhead, because you just play a small game of 40k or you play a small game of AOS. That's it. Doesn't matter. You can kind of get people into the hobby, and I've seen so many people saying, I've just got into Drukhari and I bought the Combat Patrol, what do I get next? And that's a great way to kind of get into the hobby and get into an army. But ultimately you just want to play a small version of 40k. Spearhead is a huge game locally. Oh, is it? I heard it's flopped, so that's interesting. That's good. Necron's Combat Patrol, the Reanimator is unkillable and just stomps on the battlefield with all the other dead units dead. Yeah, that's like, but that's the same as like 40k. Like you get something that's ridiculous in 40k. The thing with Combat Patrol is that they can't tweak it. There's a boarding action updated book coming. There is. In skill, yeah, like it's a completely different game. Combat Patrol is a completely different game. AOS is bigger my way. Around here, Spearhead is becoming popular because around here it's like playing Commander for Magic Guards. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And it is nice that you can kind of get an army in a box and just go and play. So I do like that bit. I really wish boarding actions would be a bit more of a thing, though. That would be super cool. Right, do we paint, or do we just kind of chit-chatter away? Oh dear. Voice is squished. Voice is squished. Hated for the commander deck choice. It's about pushing convenience and pull back older players or smaller running players. They should redo Combat Patrol based on what they did with Spearhead, to be honest. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how. It's an innate problem with 40k, really. That as soon as you go small scale on it, you're always going to have something that you can't kill. Like if you put a Dreadnought in a Combat Patrol, it becomes really difficult to kill because you don't have any guns. If you put a Reanimator in a Combat Patrol, it becomes really difficult to kill because you don't have any guns. So sort of balancing 40k out at a small scale is quite difficult. And that's where Combat Patrol is really good because you just have infantry. Did happen to give 8,000 collection away to Scott. Lucky Scott. I haven't seen Scott for ages. Need to pop in. Does Scott still pop up on Nicky's streams? Oh dear. Oh. 8,000 cards. I didn't have that many. I don't know how many I had. Wow. Scott's there every time. Awesome. Boarding action is cool because you don't have that imbalance. All the models, big models. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love boarding actions. I think boarding actions is amazing, and I'm disappointed that all the shops didn't have. I'm disappointed that all the shops, particularly Warhammer World, don't have a boarding actions board, because boarding actions is phenomenal. So much fun. Right, where is Lelith? Here is Lelith. Has everybody seen Lelith? So yeah, there we go. There's a waffle for you. There's a waffle for you. Hey Badger, how you doing? Should redo Combat Patrol based on what they did with Spearhead. If they redid Combat Patrol, yeah, it's weird. Combat Patrol is weird because it's clearly going to be what do we want to sell? What models do we want to sell? And then you've got to somehow balance all the rules into it. So if the powers that be say we are going to sell 2 dreadnoughts and a unit of Hellblasters and a unit of Intercessors and a captain in the Ultramarines box, write rules to match it. You love crispy crisp waffle. Cheers to you. That's good because that's all I do. I only waffle. So then you've got to kind of balance it around that. So it's whether Games Workshop will give the power to the rules writers to say, okay, so these are all the combat patrols and these will all be boxable and sellable, which is fine because again, it's getting people into the game. All Games Workshop need to worry about is getting people in, getting people into the game, accessing people and getting people into the game, which is why it really annoys me that the army building list writing thing is behind a paywall, because you should be encouraging people to write army lists, because then they go and buy models that they've written a stupid army list for. So we have about 20 people playing Spearhead in a local monthly league. It's just a perfect size for a normal person to jump in with. Nice. Until my Spearhead choice, which I built and painted in 2 days, carried on overlords. I'm not that good, but I love airships and dwarfs. Nice, also nice. Yeah, don't ignore what people tell you, because the people who tell you things, 9 times out of 10 haven't even played. They've just heard it somewhere. The rules are not allowing for the fun part of the game. I sort of agree. Have you? Because I think if somebody got, so here's a question, just throwing it out there. If somebody just got into the hobby, and you say go and buy a combat patrol and we'll play a game of a combat patrol, and they go and they buy, I don't know what combat patrol. Is there an Imperial Agents combat patrol? They go and buy the Imperial Agents combat patrol because they think it looks amazing. And then they bring it out, and then you play. You get your Necron one on there, and you play against them. Do you think they're going to enjoy rolling dice and playing against you in your Necron combat patrol? Do you just sit there knowing that the reanimator is ridiculous and you just go, well, you can't kill this, I'm just going to stomp you? Or do you kind of introduce them to the game? And on the flip side to that, well, not really on the flip side, as a follow-in, why will it ruffle stomp them? Why will it just walk all over them? It'll only walk all over them if you make it. If I was introducing somebody into the game, I wouldn't just go and smash them off the table, which is the issue that I had when I got really annoyed that somebody did that to Queenie Peach. Somebody did that to Queenie Peach, didn't they? That she had a 1,500 point game, and they bought, was it 9 obliterators and just shot her off the board in 2 turns. Thank you very much, shook hands and left. That's not introducing somebody into the game. Right, so following on from that, if 2 people if two people bought Combat Patrols, one of them bought the Necron one because they thought it looked cool, and one of them bought the Imperial Agents because they thought it looked cool, they painted everything, they put them on the table, they read all the rules, and they started playing, and they were like, this is amazing! It's just going to be fun, right? Because the other player, the guy who's playing the Necrons doesn't know his reanimator is broken ridiculous. So he doesn't know that he can just put it anywhere he likes and it's not going to die. So they're going to be charging into each other and rolling dice and finding out who dies, and charging into somebody else and rolling dice and finding out who dies there. And they're going to be having loads of fun. Our perception of what we know the rules and the power to be should not outweigh what people who come into the game should be feeling. So this is, I did a video for Pantheon today about a technique system that is in the game that I have known about for a year, and it's been in like 18 iterations. So I've had the first iteration of this technique system a year ago, and it's advanced and changed and twisted and everything. But I've got past knowledge of that technique system, so I have an understanding of it now. But that's not advantageous for a new person. So I had to put aside all my past knowledge of what that was and say, this is how the techniques work, to somebody who's new. So if you get two people who have just come straight into the game, one of them's playing Necrons and one of them's playing Imperial Agents, I argue that they're going to have a whale of a time, because they don't know that the Necrons are broken until somebody in the community goes, you shouldn't have bought that because the Necrons will just smash you to bits because the reanimator is broken. And then they are skewing their perception on what their game was like. Because they're only fro. Exclamation mark Pantheon. Can you do an exclamation mark Pantheon for Taria, please, Purples? It's my Pantheon. I started putting Pantheon on its own channel because everybody who's subscribed to Chris Frossin, thank you very, very much, is subscribed there for Warhammer content. So if I put something that's on there that's not Warhammer content, they're not going to click it. If they don't click it, YouTube thinks that it's not relevant content, so it doesn't push it to people. So I've split the Pantheon stuff off and I've put it on its own channel. So yeah, they put a ton of work into Spearhead and balance out the groups. Thing is, they put a ton of work into Combat Patrol as well. They tried to do it with Combat Patrol. So they tried to do that with Combat Patrol as well. They said at the when 10th edition came out, they said we've done loads for Combat Patrol, and Combat Patrol has its own section at the back of every single codex. We've put work into Combat Patrol to make it balanced. It's never going to be that. Look how much balancing they need to do on the game anyway. It's nuts. It's never going to be balanced, but that's not the point. The point is to get people into the game. And if we allow people to get into the game, rather than saying don't buy the Necron one because it's overpowered and you're just going to ruin everybody's fun, then whose fault is that? Is that their problem? Is that their fault, or is that our fault? Can't have Pantheon going over the heads of Warhammer presents. The pictures will come out. Pantheon's amazing, by the way, guys. Pantheon is so much fun. It's so much fun. And yes, of course, Warhammer Games Workshop need to take responsibility for trying to make it balanced and even. I think this is actually quite a good conversation. I might put this up on YouTube. So it's our responsibility when somebody new comes into the hobby to say, hey, I mean, what do I say when somebody comes in and says, oh, I'm just started the hobby, what should I buy? I'm like, go to the Games Workshop website, and have a look at all the armies and pick the one you like the most, because ultimately it really doesn't matter. They're all as powerful as each other in a new person's hands. The issue then is who they play against in the community, because if they play against a dick like Queen Peach played against, who just brings the perfect list to shoot her off the table in 2 turns, then they're just going to leave the hobby. That's it, they're gone, we've lost them. But if they play against someone like me who's rolling dice and going, oh my god, I can't believe I've just failed 18 2+ saves or something. As an aside, I came here as a Pantheon fan, but it's been really difficult to learn about the Warhammer thing. It is really difficult, isn't it? What I heard is a good way to start. Go with 500 points and then go up to 2,000 with X amount of games. Unbalancing sells meta teams for tourneys. Yeah, it doesn't sell as many meta teams. It doesn't sell as many meta armies as you think. Unbalanced doesn't sell as many meta armies as you, and it's not like you can't say that the Games Workshop. If anybody honestly thinks that Games Workshop are intentionally trying to unbalance the game, then you're mad. They are not trying to intentionally make an army really strong. They're not going to go, oh, we haven't sold any Gene Stealer Cult for 2 years. Let's make them broken. So with Spearhead, they use a couple of different guardrails. When units arrive, semi-random scoring, and unit recycling. When they die, you can get a new one. I don't. They've done that with the Combat Patrol version. Semi-random scoring, unit recycling would be broken in Combat Patrol. You can't unit recycle in 40k really. That's just ridiculous. I'm super tempted to try out OPR. What's OPR? One-page rules. What's one-page rules? Can't do unit recycling with that. Chris, have you played Shatterpoint yet? That's a nicely balanced game. I have played Shatterpoint. Yeah. I've got a fair few Shatterpoint stuff. Yeah, I quite like Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint's all right. Guys, 40k is balanced. 40k is fine. If you want to play good level 40k, it's in a good place. Yeah, takes 3 hours to finish. Yeah. Honestly, I think 1,000 points. As long as you're playing with somebody who understands that you're playing 1,000 points, I think 1,000 point 40k games are fine. The issue, so 40k doesn't scale down very well, because what you can do is at 1,000 points, you could have 10 Deathwing Knights and 10 Deathwing Terminators in a Dark Angel army, and then some other stuff, because that's not 1,000 points. So you could have like a captain and a unit of intercessors. Say it's like that. You can't kill that. You can't kill 20 Terminators. You can't kill 20 Deathwing Terminators in a 1,000 point game, because you don't have enough. The other team doesn't have enough guns. However, if both players understand that they're playing 1,000 points, and they're playing 1,000 points for the reason of let's have a really good game of 40k on the table, and you self-police yourself, which is really difficult to do for some people, and it's what I do with Lord of the Rings all the time. If you self-police yourself and say, okay, I'm going to take a core of 15 intercessors, I'm going to have a bike squad in there, I'm going to have 1 unit of Terminators, a captain, and a land speeder. There we go, just off the top of my head, about 1,000 points, I'm guessing. That would be a cool game. And then you play against an Eldar player who has 20 Guardians, a unit of Wind Riders, an Autarch, 2 Warlocks, 1 unit of Aspect Warriors, let's make them Howling Banshees, and a Falcon. There you go. 1,000 points ish versus 1,000 points ish. If any of those are close, I'll be very surprised and impressed with myself. But those would be cool games. This edition a lot like it. I don't lose games because the rules are bad. I lose because I suck. Story of my gaming life. Bring back Force Organisation. I do miss Force Organisations. Force org charts. So Force Organisation charts where you need a leader, and then a leader has some infantry, and if you want a heavy support, then you have to take X and things like that. So Force Organisation was really, really cool, but I can see why they don't want to limit it. The issue with not limiting it is that a player who is competitive, not even competitive. I don't like the phrase competitive. A player who wants to win over have fun will just take the best units. So if you're not making him take intercessors, then he won't take intercessors because they're not very good. Whereas if I was playing 1,000 points against Tyria, I would take 2 units of intercessors, I'd take X, I'd take Y, because I want to make a Space Marine army. So yeah, self-policing, because I play Lord of the Rings a lot, and my friends that I play Lord of the Rings against, with the greatest respect to them because I love them and they're amazing, aren't very good at the game. They love playing the game, they're really, really good, but they don't get the tactical side of it. So I self-police myself all the time, apart from this weekend when I took Elrond, Glorfindel and Gil-galad. But then even I struggle at a tournament to play that because it was quite a restricted army to use. So I won't take ridiculous armies against some of my friends, and I will self-police and I will take something that's a little bit weaker. But with a chart, he'll take minimum 2 squads of intercessors and then the best units. Yes, yeah. So even the force organisations, you still get a meta, and you will always get a meta around everything. Shall we just go to Chit Chatty face? Where's Chit Chatty? Should we just go Chit Chatty? If you look at Formula 1, Formula 1 is a huge one. So if you get, hang on, let me see if I can. There you go. Formula 1. Formula 1 comes out and they have a new rule set. So they have a new rule set which is you have to. What was the one that they brought in a while ago? I'm trying to think of an example just to kind of show the example. The tyres. Let's say the tyres. No swears. No DRS. No, not that kind of thing. Not that kind of thing. So tyres. So Formula 1, they bring out some new tyres. And the tyres are designed so that they wear and they give you lots of grip, they give you lots of grip, they give you lots of grip, and then when they get down to the bottom, of the tread, hey Avian, how you doing? Flexi-wing's not the right thing either. I've got it, Tristan, I've got it. It's tyres. Tyres is the one. When they get down to the bottom of the tread, they drop off and they don't have any grip, okay? So then you get a massive offset between the cars. Now in Formula 1, you're trying to get from the starting point to the finishing point as quickly as you can. So they had 3 races. They had 3 races of cars using up all the tyres and then getting to the cliff, they called it. They called it the cliff. Getting to the cliff, losing grip, and everybody overtaking them because they had to come in, they had to pit, they had to change their tyres. They had 3 races of that, and then they figured it out. Okay, so we need to pit way earlier. They figured out exactly how long all the tyres lasted. They worked out how hard they could drive them, and then it never happened again. So the idea of making these tyres that would drop off really quickly and make racing exciting lasted 3 races because all the teams went, well, we're not going to do that. We're like, before the tyres drop off, we're just going to pit, change the tyres, and then carry on again. So all the racing leveled out again. So if you bring in, which is why the edition changes for 40k is really exciting at the beginning. It's really exciting at the beginning because all the new stuff comes out, all the new units, all the new combinations and everything come out at the beginning of an edition. And at the beginning of an edition, all the competitive players, all the top players who are playing in a tournament go, right, okay, I think that this is the way to do it. I think that I need 18 Bulgrin. And then somebody else will say, I think I need 30 Swooping Hawks. and then you go in, you play the games, you get the data, and then 3 months later, the meta's set. Everybody's figured out how to work, how it all works. So there's then no variation. The variation comes when you start changing things, which is why the balanced data slate that they do now every 6 months or so makes it quite interesting, because it shifts the game for the people who regularly play. The issue comes when everybody who doesn't play regularly listens overly to the people who do and go, well, this game's crap because my Gene Stealer cult aren't very good. My Gene Stealer cult aren't very good because nobody can win a tournament with them. Regardless of the fact that the best people are actually playing a different army, and the people who are playing Gene Stealer cult are playing Gene Stealer cult because they love them, not because they love the game, not because they're very good at the game. Games Workshop just throws a monkey wrench. Levels the field at the start of an edition. It does. Gamers going to gain credits. You don't say. But that's how it all works. So if you go back to the Combat Patrol thing, Combat Patrol started off and it was really good and everybody was really excited about it. And then they worked out that the Necron Doomstalker was broken, and so they never played it again. Everything's really exciting until you have data. The eyes and the curl, yeah, the curls are mental at the moment. Curls are nuts. It's still got another 4 weeks until I have a haircut again, so you're gonna have even longer curls. That's why the internet was a mistake. If the internet was a mistake, you won't be sitting here chattering away happily to me. That's where everybody's excited. You get to hang out with me for hours. Yeah, we love the girls. Thanks to Rhea. I still don't know about them, but they're okay for the moment. They're okay for the moment. When I give demo games using one squad of Shatterpoint and take a squad I don't know, police myself as you want them to see the game and have fun. Yeah. And then self-policing is also not playing a unit to its full capacity as well. So if you do take the unit of 10 Deathwing Knights in a 1,000 point game, maybe you don't play it to its full capacity. Happily, that's pushing it. For casuals, need some sort of sandbox that has limited bookkeeping, thus the tournament players and tryhards are happy, and those who don't play often can have a fun time. I kind of wish. I think one thing we need to stop doing is label them casual and tournament. I think that might help. And just say that they play Warhammer. But we need to give agency to the people who play at a more casual level. Less mastery of the game, if you like. Window liquor. Because I mean, I've heard it in here as well. When I say things like, well, just don't use that rule, or I'm going to use this. Okay, so if you have a good understanding of the game rules and the game system and everything, you are able to think. Trying to think of an example. My Imperial Agents, for instance. My Imperial Agents, if I ever run an Imperial Agents army, it won't look like anything like the Codex, because I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to run an Imperial Agents army with normal Grey Knights, or with a Grey Knight captain in there, because that's the model which I've got. Or I'll run it with a unit of Inquisitors, because that sounds cool to me. And you can make it work because you've sort of got the rules around and you just kind of collaborate them together. But we need to be able to give everybody who wants to play the game agency over how they want to play it. So people need to understand that it's okay to say, I'm going to do an Imperial Agents army. What was the one that Saxtus wanted to do? Saxtus wanted to have a Sisters of Battle command squad. He wanted to run a Sisters of Battle command squad. And use a immolator to split a Sisters of Battle squad and put half of it with a Sister Superior and have like a Sister Superior command squad. That's cool. That sounds really, really cool. Like, just give him the agency, and he was like, I don't know whether I'm allowed to do that. Hey, how you doing, Hendy?
Evening, nerd.
We need to find a way of giving players agency over the games that they're playing, and almost giving them permission to do what they want. Because at the moment, I don't think they do. At the moment, I think it's like, well, Games Workshop have told me that I can't, or tournament players, the competitive players have told me that I can't do that, or competitive players have told me that army is rubbish. Like, that's not your problem. All right, excellent. That's good. Yeah. So you look at if you look at the table and you go, well, I want to move my Space Marines over to that ruin over there and shoot them. Like, if you were in a tournament scene, if you were playing in a tournament, maybe you would measure, make sure that you were just on the lip of the range so that they couldn't get an angle to shoot back or whatever. But if you're playing another sort of game, it's okay to go, well, I want to shoot them, so I'm going to move over here and I'm going to shoot them, and you don't have a care about whether you've put them in the most efficient place or not. I play with whatever rules I want. I wouldn't care what the official rules are. Use the official ones as a base and go from there. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Luna. But there's like I did a video a long time ago about boarding actions and making a inquisitorial agents boarding party, and I had so many kind of comments and tweets and messages from that video saying, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I didn't know you could bring in all these things. Like, I had an inquisitorial agents. I mean, where is it? Where is it? I've still got it up here because it's still on. There it is. Add. It's not a browser. What is it? Where is it? Window capture. There it is. And it is window capture. That one. That one. There we go. That one. So that's my inquisitorial agents boarding party that I wrote before inquisitorial agents were a thing, and I was like, I'm gonna have that. That's gonna be my army. It sounds cool, and I had so many people say, well, I didn't even know you could do that. And that's them not taking agency over their game. Back in the dark times, back pre-internet, talk to your opponent was a refrain that was thrown out by the community. Remember Jervis, who said change the rules, and people looked at him with a blank look. Yeah, God, Jervis is a legend. Love Jervis. House rules. We need to normalise house rules. We need to allow people to understand that it's okay to house rule something. House rules. That was another thing that I think I said that in a video, and they were like, "What, you can do that?" So. Interesting. I know. I just think it's an interesting topic. I think that's been a really interesting conversation actually about all that. I don't even know where that started from. Death Cult Executioner, a Rejuvenat, a Rogue Trader, a Demon Host, 10 Voidsmen, 10 Navy Breachers, a Calidus Assassin, an Inquisitor Castinus. Inquisitor 28, or was it 32? What, as in the Inquisitor rule set for 28 mil? Inquisitor 28. Fell in the drawing the rant and jumped in. The oh crap, forgot the painter's name did. He recently retired. All reds and browns. Wait, what? Oh, John Blanche. Yeah, John Blanche. John Blanche's house rules bloody everything. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Anyway, let's go away from that and actually do some painting. Shall we actually do some painting? Shall we actually do some painting? Okay. So anyway, that's Astorath. We had a massive diversion away from that conversation. Yeah, that's Astorath. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really nice model. Really nice model. So, yeah. If you missed the start of the stream, we had a big conversation about. I had a big conversation about Astorath. Right. Do some painting. Painting. I'm tempted for a Christmas Battle Force box. I'm interested in Knights, Nurgle, or Flesh Eater Corps. Oh. What does everybody think about the? What does everybody think about the Christmas boxes this year? Luna likes them. Sorry about that. Sorry about what, dude? How to be sorry for anything? What are you sorry for? Don't be silly. Going off on a tangent. Why are you apologising for me going off on a tangent? I went on a massive tangent. I mean, nothing to do with you, that was. They look decent. I don't need a Battle Force though. Not tempted. Buy what I want any old time, and by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm good. I'm not interested. I can't remember what Purpley. I think Purpley said she was tempted by one. I'm not interested because they haven't got any of the armies which I'm interested in, basically. The Necron one, I have everything in the battle box, like 5 times over, so that's irrelevant. There's not a Drakari one. If there was a Drakari one, I might be tempted because I do need some raiders, although I sort of want to get old raiders and convert them. Thought you would. Give me old world battle forces. I mean, you've already kind of got old world battle boxes, haven't you? That's where they sort of start. You thought I would, Luna? You thought I would what? Oh dear, my voice feels like it's going again. Oh, have the Necrons? Yeah. I mean, I've got two of the Void Dragons, for God's sake. What's in there? It's warriors. Well, not to spoil it, but I've got 140 warriors at least. Triarch Praetorians, I have 20. The Leash Guard, I have 30 Leash Guard, and 10 of them are the old pariahs. So I'm using the old pariahs as Leash Guard. So I've got maximum Leash Guard. That's it, isn't it? And then the Void Dragon, which I have 2 of. I don't need more minis. I need more self-control and like 30 jump packs to make all those assault intercessors useful. God, assault intercessors. Assault intercessors. Who thought assault intercessors was a good idea? Who thought assault intercessors was a good idea? It's the downfall of the Space Marines. I blame assault intercessors. Oh, Taria, thank you for subscribing to the Pantheon channel. I did see that. I did see that message earlier. I just remembered that I didn't say thank you. So thank you. It's gamey. It's a gaming thing. Master of Conversion, hear my plea, Chris. I am back on my Gene Stealer Cult Conversion army, where aberrants have giant pneumatic stamps with approved and scribes with flamers and mulchers to clear out the paperweights. Oh, that's amazing. I like the aberrants with the giant pneumatic stamps with approved and rejected straight away. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You can add a dragon or a Shuran to Feck, which would make it perfect. A flying Nurgle army would be amazing. Just add plague drones. I thought the Nurgle one had plague drones, didn't it? I thought it had plague drones. And here I'm just sculpting pants on Teclis. Why? Why, Tristan? Why even? Why? What? Oh, cow elves. We're going to have to rename Tomb King Tristan to Cow Elf Tristan, aren't we? The Nurgle box has Pusgoyle Bright Lords. Oh, I thought they were. I don't know the Nurgle well enough. I thought they were like droney things with people on top of them. Cow elves. I bloody hate cow elves. Right. Let's get some painting done. Right now, who has seen a Lelith? Here is Lelith. Here is Lelith. Lelith, here she be. We can do little bits of. I want to add. I think I want to add a ribbon there. Maybe a ribbon curled around it like that. That might be quite cool, actually. Just to cover up that join, because that join I didn't do a very good job at. So I might sculpt ribbon that wraps around there like that and comes off in a spiral. I think that might be quite cool. This is supposedly going to be for Golden Demon, although if congratulations to everybody who went to Golden Demon. And shout out to all my friends who won a trophy. It's not alliterative, Chris, and my mind went to cow body parts for that, and I don't want Tristan to punch me in the mouth for that. Lumineth look cool until they start mooing. I make it cool, you'll see. I mean, Tristan does some cool ass shit. He does some cool conversions, some proper good stuff. Whether he can make cow elves cool, that will be the ultimate test. There's one cool cow elf model. His conversions are amazing. His conversions are okay. His conversions are pretty damn cool. I will fight you. I will fight you, and I will kill you.
I am cow, hear me moo. I weigh twice as much as you, and I look good on the barbecue. Yogurt, curd, cream cheese, and butters made from liquid from my udders. I am cow, hear me moo.
There you go, target. Bloody cow elves. Bloody cow elves. Okay, so she's like that. You've got to remember with her that she's very, very leany forward. I am going to lean her backy. I'm going to lean her back a little bit on her base so that you can see a bit more of underneath her. But ultimately she's very leany forward, so you've got to make sure that all the highlights are quite high up on the top. I'm going to make a running cow mountain and then you'll see. But it'll still be a cow mountain! I will hold my judgment until I see said running cow mountain. I'm sure it'll look awesome, Tristan. I'm happy that you're enjoying your hobby. I mean, Tristan always enjoys his hobby. Tristan throws out awesome stuff, and he couldn't throw out awesome stuff if he didn't enjoy his hobby. So, the brain is in the puns. Oh, my throat is absolutely dying. We need to just get you lot to talk. I need to get you lot to talk. Talkie. I've got quite a bit of interest in Sylvaneth. I'd like to do a Sylvaneth army. However, I would have as many of the spirits as I could. I really like the spirit side of it. Not so much the tree side. So like I wouldn't have Durthu and things like that. I'd have all the spirit models. Like the Glossamid archers are gorgeous. And things like that. So I would do a spirit Sylvaneth army. I think that would look amazing. You need a Tomb King Blood Bowl team. Do you, Gem? I have a Tomb King Blood Bowl team. It's actually rather nice. I need to paint it at some point. I got the Punga one. I bought the Punga one finally. I actually bought the Punga one just before the war in Ukraine started as well. So they shipped it. I think they shipped it the day after that got announced. So I think luckily everything got through. The Lance Seekers are okay. Let's go. Where are we? Oh, I badly need an army of these especially after that tournament. I can't see, guys. I can't paint. We'll have to kind of carry on chatting. Yeah, I need an army of these. They're amazing. They look phenomenal on the tabletop. Age of Sigmar Order, isn't it? Sylvaneth. Yeah, these things. Are there two different? No, they're all the same, aren't they? They're like beetle moths, aren't they? Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Those are stunning. Oh, you get 5. I didn't know you got 5. These are gorgeous. These are absolutely gorgeous. And then that's stunning. Just maybe swap the head out for a spirit head. That's gorgeous. So yeah, I would definitely go spirit orientated with the tree revenants, Alariel, and then just avoid. I could probably stretch to some dryads, but then I'd avoid things like. I mean, that's dumb as shit. This is everything that I hate about AOS. That's everything I hate about AOS. That's a tree riding a fucking giant beetle. It's dumb as everything. So yeah, I like all the spirity stuff. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah, that would be. But again, I can't play the spearhead because it's got all the trees in it. So I can't do the spearheady one. We are different people, Frozen. Yeah, because you like cow mountains and trees riding giant beetles, and I'm like, that's dumb. People love that model. What's wrong with a tree riding a beetle? It's dumb. Look at it. Look at it. It's so silly. How would you paint the dryads? Really boring, actually. So the dryads would be really boring. I'd paint them. I'd probably paint them like silver birchy, and then leave it so that all the spirits kind of glowed. I like cool stuff, and you like boring, sleepy-eyed snoots and small stuff. Oh, that was what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. Here we go. Let's do a search for Andy Wardle. Let's test. No. I was going to say let's test the Warhammer thing, but apparently not. handy. Right, okay, so let's try this. So the lovely new Warhammer community page still doesn't work. Where is it? There you go. Part of why I haven't got more stuff is figuring out a colour scheme. Oh. I mean, honestly, I'd probably do something a bit like this. Because I think this... And also, Andy has a tutorial about all this as well. So he's got all that. Well, not well, yes, it is a tutorial, but he's got the recipes, the colour recipes and everything for all this. Why is it not showing up on Warhammer Community? What happens if you just do that? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe he paints cow elves. He did paint cow elves. So he did have to paint that, but they did a army showcase. What happens if we do army showcase? Army showcase. Look for Sylvaneth. Why have they? Just not on there, is it? There we go. That's that one. Is this it? There we go. We've got it. Grey white wood, pink magenta leaves with teal spirit. There you go. That's absolutely nailed. Luna, that's actually absolutely nailed. Grey white wood, pink magenta leaves with teal spirit. Boom. So, were you unhappy with the Dark Mechanicum nicked the Necron tripods? No. No, not at all, because they didn't nick them. They're quadrupods, aren't they? So yeah, I'd probably go this sort of direction. I think that's just gorgeous. Beautiful. Although I wouldn't have to do the trees because I don't like the trees. Is there an army shot? There's the army shot. You can't zoom in and click it. You can't click it and make it bigger. Did the Underworld team go into the Sylvaneth? Yeah, it has a AOS. It has an AOS, or it had. I don't know whether it now. I don't know whether it now has one, but it had a AOS data sheet. You don't like angry Christmas trees? No. I mean, it's a cool model. It's all right as a model. It's fine as a model. I just really like the spirit side of the Sylvaneth stuff. So like, she's cool. So she is cool, so I'd probably have her because the Lady of Vines is awesome. But they're just fab. So yeah, I like the spirit side. Let's turn that back on. And then we need to do all the Angmar stuff. And I want to do, so this is another army which has turned up from the weekend, the tournament weekend. Love the wing repos. There was a wing repos? Oh, is that had a wing repose? That's the wings. Are the wings down on that model? I have a funny feeling that that does look a little bit top heavy. Is that the one that has the wing repose? Yeah, Arch Revenant. So yeah, I really like that. I mean, it's fab with all the branches and everything coming into the skull and stuff. They're just gorgeous. I like how he's shifted the teal and the green, so it all sort of still ties together, but it's got a little bit of difference. Although I don't like that colour scheme. Yeah, the werewolves. You can do a werewolf list. So I've written the werewolf list. So the werewolf list that I've written is 34 wargs, and you can have fell wargs. Fell wargs are like magical wargs, so that they can see through things, like spirit wargs, if you like. So basically, in Lord of the Rings Middle Earth strategy battle game, you need to be able to see who you're charging. If you can't see them, you can't charge. Whereas fell wargs can. And it's quite, I think it's quite big for the warg army. However, you get, it's 34 wargs, 4 warg chieftains, which are the heroes. One of those warg chieftain you turn into an alpha, so he gets a little bit more resources, so he gets a bit more might. And then 6, I think, 6 werewolves, maybe 8 werewolves. I think it's 8 werewolves. Yeah, because it's 4 warg chieftain, 4 wargs, 4 warg chieftains, and then 8 werewolves. So it's 34, 38, 46 models. Werewolf, this wolf here. But obviously there's some converting that we can kind of play around with, and one of the ideas that I had for my wild warg chieftain would be this guy. I'm going to open this up in, I was going to open it up in a new, but you can't because it's dumb. Can I open this up in a new thing? Yes. One of the ideas for the alpha, the wild warg alpha, which is like the leader of the army, would be to get, of course you go to Space Wolves, right? Would be to get this dude and turn that into a warg. Hey Edward, how you doing, Nigma? Sylvaneth are better than Wood Elves because since they are half tree, they are halfway to not being elves. I hate you. Love the wings up to make a visual triangle to draw the eyes in more. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? I like it. I think it looks good. It lifts the focus. I think they're probably. So if I was to do it, I would do them a little bit lower. I'd probably do them around here, just so that there was a little bit more of a silhouette around the head. But it might be the angle that it's been photographed at. It looks fab. I really like it. Yeah, so I do like the Sylvaneth. I would do, if I did one, I would do a Spirit Army. But yeah, that would be my Warg Chieftain Alpha. You'd have to sculpt some stuff around to kind of squat the nose off. Although to be fair, that does look a little bit wargy anyway. But just have to do a little bit of sculpting to tidy some things up. And I think this is a resin model as well. Yeah, it's a resin, so it's a fine cast. This is fine cast, so they'll be really easy to kind of cut apart and stuff. The only issue with this is I think it's on a massive base. Yeah, it's on a 60mm base, so it's absolutely huge. But you can just adjust it and kind of lift it up a little bit and have it coming up here on a rock. I think that would look really good. And if that is a bit too big, then obviously you have all the other ones as well to play around with. All the normal like Fenrisian wolves and Thunderwolf cavalry. Those ones look a little bit bigger, but not too big and stuff. So that might be quite cool to play around with. And then the wild wargs. These ones are quite old, but you can use the wild wargs, the fell wargs instead, because they're slightly a newer sculpt and they're a bit better. You just have to swap the heads over. And then werewolves. So you have 8 werewolves, and these are really nice models. However, I'd also get these. I'd also get those and use some of them as well, because I think they're fab as well. Are they resin or are they metal now? Yeah, they're resin. Great. They're still resin. So I just think they look fab, and they sort of fit in. They fit in the theme of these as well. So these ones have already been transformed for quite a while. These ones are, these ones are just going through the transformation and stuff. The one thing you'd have to do with these is just kind of cut off all the armour and kind of resculpt over all the bits. So cool at the back. Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? They're really nice. So you'd have to cut off all this armour bits here. And I think they've got some. I think they have some like chaos symbols like burnt into their flesh, so you just have to sculpt over that with some more fur, which isn't that much of a problem. So yeah, those. So that's 3 of those, and then you need 2 of these. Well, technically you need 3 of these to get the 8 werewolves. So that would be a really fun army. And then the other one. The other army, which actually I thought it was going to be more cool than it actually is. We'll have to wait for the new edition to see how the Legendary Legion changes. But you can do an entire troll army with Birder, and obviously we get the new Birder as well. So we got new Birder coming, and you can have him leading in an all troll army. The only issue is that it's a bit more difficult to do an all troll army, unless it's just him. You can't have any other characters in there, because you can't have a troll as a hero. You can have, one of the things I was thinking of doing was doing like an orc hero, and then adding trolls into that warband, but making the orc look like he's trying to be a troll. So that might be a way of doing like an all troll army. Space Wolf Captain mounting a wolf and mounting a werewolf, mounting a thunderwolf wolf. Oh my god, purpley spark. That's the kind of thing that Jinx from Tabletop Tactics would say. She loves her wolves. A woo! So yeah, there's some cool Lord of the Rings stuff to be done. Still lurking, just making fun of space puppies. That's all right. I'm about to finish purples because my throat is on fire at the moment. So I'm going to go and make some foodie stuff. But Twitch lady, how are you? Are you going full Emperor's text to speech? It would be cool to. Could I do text to speech stream where I just type at you? So yeah, fun. So yeah, the new Rise of the Angmar book is fab, absolutely fabulous, and makes me want all the Angmar armies pretty much. And of course we still need, I do need to pick up, stupid website is shit. I still need to pick up these. I still need to pick up the knights so that I can convert them into my rangers. Might have to be a thing. It might do if I can't. My voice is going to go by tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow because I can't talk again. Is it true that people that wave their hand in front of a lasgun to make it rapid fire? That's amazing. No, that's to hide the lasgun, to make it disappear. You can't see the lasgun. I've not got into Lord of the Rings yet. I own 2 metal models. Gem Lord of the Rings is amazing, dude. There is, if you go onto my, oh, this is my my other channel. If you go onto my, actually, let's just do it here like this. View my channel. If you go onto my channel here, there is a tournament review from this last weekend, all about Lord of the Rings. So if you want to learn a little bit about Lord of the Rings, then you can go and watch that video there. You can't see me. Yeah, you can't see my lasgun. Yeah, and then there's that the video about the gorgeous Tempestus Aquilons, which I just gush about for ages. And there's also the converting the Archon, which is quite good. I quite like that video actually. It's not got many views, but that's a really good video. I enjoyed doing that one. So yeah, you do want to get into it. It's very good. It's a very good game, and this is the perfect time as well, Gem. So pick up. Where are we? You can pick up. Clear all. It's not going to clear all, is it? You can pick up. Here we go. You can pick up some of these battle hosts. I won't grab the Rohan one because that is getting replaced. But I would pick up Minas Tirith, Isengard, or Mordor, and pick up all of them and get something started. And then you can dive in at the new edition, which is going to be amazing. Right, so my voice is gone, guys. My head is stuffed up, so I am going to love you and leave you all, and I will pop back on again tomorrow as long as my voice is still back. I will pop on again tomorrow. Yeah, Sylvaneth army, God, it's tempting. I need to finish my vampire army first though. I've got my vampires to do. Thanks for the stream. You are welcome. Get some honey in your tea. Yes, I shall do. Yeah, everybody, if you haven't already and you are at all interested, go and have a look at my Pantheon channel, and obviously don't forget my main channel as well. Go and have a look at all of these. All of these views need to go up, everybody. These views all need to go up, so everybody go click on all of these and watch all of these, yeah, go and have some fun. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Let's see if there is anybody around. See who is on. We were talking about Nikki earlier. Let's go and say hello to Nikki. We'll go say hello to Nikki. So, raid Nikki Connors. Thanks very much, everybody. Oh, I'm going to go and try. I'm going to try and clear my head a little bit and have some food. Thanks very much. Take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Taria. Hey, Astro, how are you doing? Nothing to worry about. I hope you're all good. Yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks very much for hanging out. I'm just glad I could stream today. I'm quite surprised that I've lasted as long as I have. So yeah, thanks very much, everybody. Take care. See you later. Bye. If I can type raid properly. There we go. That's better. Right. There we go. Now we can say bye. See you later. Bye. Have I got COVID? No.